Welcome to another video. So as you can see, this is just pure camera footage of me drawing on my laptop screen. So what happened was I actually meant to do a screen capture like I usually do when I do this type of video, but I didn't do my triple check. And we all know what that means. It means that something was going wrong and I didn't remedy it. So I went ahead and just recorded a black screen for an hour or however long this was. And yeah, so this is all I have. And I mean, you can see everything that I'm drawing, but I was a little irritated that I had done that because I only realized at the end. And I was, it's fine, it's fine. It was all the time that I had to do this, so it was my last attempt. I did one just before it, but I hadn't warmed up enough, and it was a tragedy. So after lunch, I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm redoing it. I'm not even going to use that footage. Absolutely not. And I went into it and started doing this. I felt a little bit better because obviously I had been drawing for a little while, and I ended up using my failed video as my warm-up. So this is what we came up with, and I just started out with a super comfort drawing of a side profile, which I did not nail. It is a little short in the cranium, and that's fine for first drawing, so that's alright. It's whatever. This one, I wanted a character with their head tilted down. I went with something a little too difficult, I think, for, starting out, and I wanted them to have their hands over their head. It's supposed I draw pretty often, so yep. I was doing this video July 15th, so, the day before it needed to go up, and I was not good on time, and I was doing my best, and right now, actually, same day, doing the voiceover, it is the evening. It is getting very close to 9 o'clock, and I'm trying to get this finished so that, the video will actually be out on Tuesday, and I won't have another late one. Originally, I was actually going to try filming on Saturday, but then we ended up deciding to go to this roping so that we could try tabling there. And all in all, I think I had fun. I was glad to go. We kind of weren't expecting to, sell anything, really, if I'm being honest. It was just kind of for some experience to go and, drive somewhere much further than we usually do and set up our tables in a different place and just kind of see how things were gonna go. And I was feeling pretty okay about it because we knew some people who were gonna be there. They're good friends of ours, and I really appreciated their help showing us where the rodeo grounds were. So thank you guys very much if you're watching this. So yeah, it was good. It was really nice to hang out with them, even though it was just a super hot day. It was so hot. And then I kept getting crawled all over by these black ants, but that's alright. I still had fun and I don't regret going, but yeah. It was pretty good. And that was why I didn't end up getting the video done that day. And yesterday I ended up having some work I needed to finish, and then because we had other work we needed to finish, I was juggling both of those things. I did get something done, so that's good, but it kind of took up my entire filming day, and I didn't have any more time. So, yeah, ended up doing it today. It was a little bit of a wild ride. I'm sure that's not all that exciting to hear, but yeah, once again, it was just me tripping all over myself to figure out how to get this to work, and then struggling, and then being like, okay, is this good enough to put out? I don't even know at this point. It's been too long. I drew a bull picture. The bull is jumping to a rope, and I was painting it and stuff. Digitally, of course. Because I don't really have... Well, I haven't really done a lot of regular painting in a while, so makes me a little nervous to do things like that have a time limit on them, because we were trying to catch a sale so we could make a t-shirt. So, yeah. Lots of everything going on all the time. But I hope you like this. I know that it's not the greatest quality, again, like I said, but you can see what's going on. So I think for now I can live with it and I won't be too upset. I did actually get some drawing done at least, so continuing on with my super rustiness, but we will ride it out and we'll figure out if we can ever get back to where we were. Hopefully in a timely manner, because I have plenty of other stuff that I need to do. Personal and for the business, so yeah. This guy, I went in a little too scribbly, and it made him take a really long time because I just wasn't giving myself the time to think and then put down lines and think of the exact pose and how the limbs were set and everything, which is sometimes fine and sometimes not a great idea. But the part of it that I don't regret is in going in and doing the sketching and making it take longer and whatever, I ended up thinking about more and more elements to add to him and like kind of what I would use to fill out the space that was around him. And so it's probably my longest picture that I did on this little canvas. So yeah, I don't regret that because it was kind of fun. It was actually nice because I finally didn't feel like I was like panicking trying to finish this out, thinking this is my last day, I really don't want another video to be late. So yeah, but it's okay, we got through it. We got through it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. I'm still disappointed about the screen capture thing. It's entirely my fault, and I am aware. I will not ignore my triple check next time. What actually happened was, okay, hear me out. I had started my first one on Clip Studio. First video on Clip Studio, and I just really wanted to draw on Mischief, but it hasn't been working, which I forgot. So I set up OBS to work with Mischief after that. And the problem with that is, afterwards I have to close all of my drawing programs and start them up again so that it will read them, at least the one that I want. And I didn't do that. I forgot that I had switched it over in the moment as I was getting my canvas ready, because you can't really see right here, but I actually made my canvas gray and I put a texture over the top of it because it was just way too bright and I didn't want to, first of all, kill everybody else's eyes and also not mine because they already hurt. So yeah, it made me forget that I had not switched that over. So yeah, even though I clicked start recording and I could swear, alright, I could swear that I saw clip on there. So maybe there was an issue right after, and I'm sorry if you hear people, but again, it's the evening, so everyone is home. We're just gonna roll with it. So yeah, I just had to ignore that. I couldn't start over again. I couldn't make an absolutely new page. And that was fine because the time that I ended up taking to make this was enough quiet time where I was, where our puppy wasn't there and barking. So I just took it as a win and moved on because you can still see, as I said 50 times already. I think I'm just consoling myself at this point. But that's alright. I still get a little annoyed drawing on this laptop only because it likes to Control Z itself or suddenly rotate or throw my canvas, and it drives me a little bit crazy when it does that. For the most part, I mean, it's not so often that I won't draw on the screen, obviously, but it's often enough. There have been times that I have started going on a shopping adventure online looking for a cheapo screen tablet, like it's just a small one that I can actually, take along with me. I would prefer something roughly the size of my Cintiq or even the screen of my laptop, but yeah, obviously I threw that away because stuff costs money. And obviously I can draw on the screen, so even if it frustrates me a little bit, trying not to give in. I was thinking about kind of like a trickster, death god kind of guy. Even when I first started drawing him, I knew I wanted him holding a skull, and then I ended up having him waving a pocket watch over the top of one of them. As you can see, that's kind of what's going on there. And then I started thinking about a cool shape to go around him. And it was either going to be something to be like claws, or it doesn't really matter, honestly. It doesn't matter, but I just wanted, some more symbolism in there. And the tattoo isn't from anything, I was just drawing it. I have no internet up there, so there's no references for me. I just have to roll with it, which luckily I don't really use reference that much when I'm just doodling, unless I'm drawing something I don't draw often, like, I don't know, a bicycle. Some part of me believes that I know exactly what a bicycle looks like until I sit down to draw one and realize I feel like I've never seen one before in my life. Which is funny because when I was a kid, I practically lived on my bike, so. And then when I was 10, fun fact, new fun fact of the day. When I was 10, I wrecked my bicycle. I was racing across the street and turned in a mud puddle. And it turned my entire bike over, and I ended up sliding underneath it. And I don't know exactly what happened or what cut me, but I ended up, it must have been the bike chain or something, but it ended up slicing open my knee, like, straight to the bone. And I didn't know at first because obviously I ended up getting, okay, not obviously because I haven't told you yet, I ended up getting stopped in, like, by a mud puddle. It just caught me enough that the bike ended up sliding away from me, and so I was knelt down in a mud puddle, and I was kneeling when I was getting up. I was a little banged up in the head, so it was kind of woozy, and I reached down to rub the dirt off of my knee, and a big old chunk of skin flapped up and plopped down, and then blood just started pouring down it, and I was like, oh, I am hurt. And I didn't really hurt that bad at the time. Again, I was pretty dazed. I think I whacked my head, or was at least bouncing quite a bit, and we were right in front of our post office, so I got to sit with paper towels on my knee while my mom ran to go get a car, while a bunch of old ladies stood there like, I wonder how many stitches they're gonna have to get. I wonder how big the needle is going to be that they're gonna have to use. Which terrified me because I'd never had stitches before. That was my first time. But it wasn't that bad, actually. We ended up having to go to the school nurse who had to scrub it. Obviously, you don't have anything for, numbing you there, but it wasn't horrible, and I lived through it. By the time we got to the hospital, they actually told me that if it had been any later, I would have probably ended up with an infection in my knee, so heyo. Also, the needle was huge, and I got 10 stitches. I got 10 stitches and 20 shots for numbing because they left me for a really long time after scrubbing it and clipping off the dead skin, so. Anyway, yeah, that's the fun fact for the day. And then I almost forgot to add the gray tone to the background for him, just to close him in a little bit. Obviously, a bunch of the stuff on this page is not like winter material, but I don't know. It was relaxing when I finally got into it and felt calm. So I am really glad that I managed to do it anyway, despite my earlier frustrations. And I know it's probably just a mindset thing, like I'm just freaking out, I'm just panicking. Because I've been drawing in the morning, and I'm not going to say I was making wonderful things, but they were turning out fine, like just drawing with my pencil, making faces and whatever, but I guess I psyched myself out and it wasn't going well. But yeah, went ahead and put my cleaver in. I had to fix it, and yeah, there will be the date. There we go. We have done it. So there is the finished picture. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know. Have a good day or night, and bye.